Friends or Enemies by Cindy, Alyssa, and Ocean. Chapter 18. Before the few people went back to rest, Leslie wanted to say a little more to them about their situation.
I am sorry Miranda is continuing to bash and bully you, including on platforms you don't frequent. I've overheard your accounts of how you tried to help her in the past. But she is a miserable tiger that bites the hand that feeds her and then makes believe she was the one bitten.
Yes, I'm not surprised at anything she says or does, just disgusted at that, and the fact there are idiots out there who stubbornly believe in her poisonous trash. She and her subculture have no right accusing Alyssa of stalking. It is Miranda who's stalking us, or at least me, by sending other people after me. Alyssa is done with her forever. She'll never take her back, and neither will me or Cindy. And I'm so insulted that this other person who knew Cindy thought we'd want anything to do with that stupid excuse of a social network he and Miranda are on.
An acquaintance, not a friend, turned bully because of Miranda. Then coming back only with a hot and heavy agenda for him and Cindy, this guy tried to get her to join a social network Miranda was on, a network specifically for their subculture. Cindy kept declining. She eventually had to get the nerve up to spurn his advances, causing him to stomp out of her life like an angry butt-hurt 10-year-old. She was far better off. But he had hounded her to give him Ocean's YouTube, and from there he tried to connect with her on other services as well. He did not explain his subculture network to Ocean, just casually mentioned it in a general request along with real social networks, Instagram and X, unfortunately for Ocean. She did not have his subculture on the brain and went to check out that new network, thinking it was another normal one like X. She was furious and insulted that it was just a network for his and Miranda's subculture. That was what she was referencing in her last comment to Leslie. It was on that network where Miranda was discovered accusing Alyssa of stalking again. Ocean also gave him the heave-ho because of the way he had treated Cindy and for his presumption that Ocean was part of his subculture. Ocean explained this to Leslie, stating she never supported that subculture or any other, was sick of these people trying to insert themselves into her life, and she wanted absolutely nothing to do with anyone in that subculture, no matter if they were involved in their drama or not. If you were not opposing the problem, you were part of it. They talked a while longer and eventually headed back to bed. But Leslie followed Ocean, and once they were in private, she said,
I'm glad to have the chance to talk with the three of you about all of this, but there's something else that you have a right to know. Something that I witnessed, that the others are finding out from the latest ship log. I'm sorry, there just isn't a gentle way of putting this, but Miranda would have killed you if given the chance. She admitted this to Vader when he started rejecting her.
Ocean looked astonished, but she didn't react the way Leslie had been dreading.
Wait, what? Vader rejected Miranda.
It was Leslie's turn to be astonished. Ocean didn't seem upset. If anything, she appeared to be laughing.
Yes, he said she was useless to him since she failed to get you into his orbit. He only wanted to use you because he believed you had the Force. He must have thought Miranda had Jedi mind trick power and could use it on you.
Ocean scoffed. Leslie looked confused.
Ocean, Miranda actually said she wanted to kill you. She said she would do it if she had a weapon with you standing right in front of her. She's so evil she wants to torture you to death.
That doesn't surprise me.
Leslie looked intently at the elf, who showed no fear or amazement, only a scowl of disgust and contempt. Ocean continued.
She was always mad at somebody, and then she would put that in the role plays that we did. I wouldn't allow Vader in the role play, so she used Luke and Ben, and she would always have them put their lightsabers, as she would say, at their throat. Oh, I was always the character telling her, Ben and Luke, to put their lightsabers away and stop threatening people's lives just over something as stupid as name-calling or being removed from email lists, things like that. So I am pretty sure that she had hot fantasies about Vader having me killed.
The weird thing about what just happened, though, Vader didn't offer or threaten to kill you for her. She didn't ask him to. She said she would do it herself, to please him, but he was strangely uninterested in that. I got the distinct feeling he was tiring of her. He hated you all right, but at least you weren't fangirling and clinging to him for dear life.
Ew, never.
Leslie laughed quietly, nodding in agreement. Ocean grinned back, then continued after a moment of thoughtful silence.
Vader would want to kill me out of expediency. Miranda would want to kill me out of revenge. So I don't think that killing me would give Vader much of a thrill, unless, of course, he was killing me in front of somebody else who really cared about me. They're both the same, but they like different types of torture. Vader would rather kill me in front of Alyssa or Cindy or anyone else who cares about me because watching their anguish turns him on. He gets off on causing other people anguish, and I could not get Miranda to see that, even though she knew full well how he tortured and killed massive numbers of people. And she claimed I was trying to change her. No, she was trying to change me all the time. First, she tried to change me to try and get me to like Vader. I wouldn't do that. Later on, she tried to get me to be more playful, more happy, and just forget about my mom and just Star Wars. She has been trying to break me down for years by sending other people after me. So I can imagine her ideal way of having me killed would be as if I killed myself, or if Vader killed me. That would give her a big turn on. She couldn't get me to like Vader. She turned me against Star Wars because of her obsession and her addiction. And now she pretty much wants me destroyed. It would satisfy her lust for revenge, and dead people can't defend themselves or expose the people that did the evil to them. And that just goes to show that as far as I'm concerned, Star Wars is demonic. Anything can become demonic if somebody gets an unhealthy attachment to it. After the way Miranda treated all of us, I would not put anything past her. If you take her out of the equation, Star Wars is still occult.
You are not closing your eyes to any part of this. You are not showing any signs of hurt or fear. And I agree with you about Star Wars being demonic. If it can ravage someone's brain to this extent, it is to blame. What do you think about the Force? Is it a stand-in for God?
If the Force was simply meant to pass itself off as God, it's a fraud. It's meant to replace God. It's demonic. Even though it doesn't actually exist, people that still believe in it make it demonic. But I want to talk about something else, though, for a bit. Cindy's in there, listening to the log, and she's finding out that Miranda offered to kill me. I'm glad that Alyssa's not in there, because Alyssa was the most hurt by Miranda, and
Ocean looked pained. Leslie nodded.
I know all of you regret every nice thing you ever extended to Miranda, and you're right, she does not deserve to be babied and tippy-toed around. But if Alyssa finds out about Miranda wanting you killed, what she needs to hold on to is the fact that you cannot and will not be killed by her or her Star Wars.
Ocean smiled at Leslie and nodded. They talked a little longer, then Leslie left Ocean to her rest. The next day was uneventful, but for Queen Lillian's, Leslie's, and Tina's scans and immunizations against Star Wars sickness and MLP syndrome. Queen Galhilda was up and about, and after some persuading, she finally convinced Robot Death that scanning and immunization would not stress her too much. All scans were clear. The Furbies also underwent this procedure. Unfortunately, the Star Wars gang couldn't be kept in the supply lockers forever. So they were released into the ship's general area. All but the Luke doll. He was shut in a drawer that had a combination lock, which only Captain Flint knew the combination. Vader and Grogu could not escape the ship without access to Miranda's Lady A account. And they certainly were not getting help to do so from Tina, Queen Lillian, Leslie, Pippi, or any of the acting captains. Grogu became a constant concern. Running around and getting into everything like a toddler, Vader skulked around, trying unsuccessfully to use the Force on everything and everyone. All that got him was confused or dirty looks, and sometimes snarky comments from the others. Cindy, after learning what Miranda wanted to do to Ocean, got angrier and angrier at Vader. So much that she let Captain Flint know she needed to go back home to get something. Captain Flint gave her the go-ahead. Cindy arrived in the fun lounge where Vader was harassing Tina.
It's just an innocent question.
Bull crap. Nothing about you is innocent. And no, my name is not Christina. Who I might know here is none of your business. And if you say anything about my appearance, I'll scream.
And I'll do more than that, barf invader.
That was the only warning Vader got before Cindy clubbed him with her Torx game.
Ouch.
Here, baby. Here's something to cry about.
Oh no, Torx, what happened to your voice?
I have just experienced a hard contact hit with Star Wars vermin. I feel I'm getting sick.